court so loud, I jumped up out of my seat like, what the hell? Who did that? It wasn't nobody but me. It wasn't nobody but me. Yeah, that's how ridiculous it was. So I got a D in the class. I had to take it over. Guess when I took it in the afternoon, got an A in class. Well, it was taught by a teacher who didn't really care about it either, so that made it easier too, but still. So yeah, this whole little situation, like, what do you mean? He knew he had to go to class. Obviously he didn't. If coach is like, look, we just gonna let you play basketball. These grades take care of themselves. He's like, bet. I'm gonna have this wicked jump shot popping off when the tournament starts. Cool, let's go. Rashard McCants. I was trying to think of his name the other day and it just popped in my head. Whew. See, that's how things work with me, man. And I probably need to go get checked out, like concussion protocol or whatever it is. So when this NCAA lawsuit hit, I'll be like in line to get my money. Yeah, I probably need to do that. Go get checked out. Because this name, I was trying to think of this name the other day when I was thinking about, like a week ago when we were talking about Syracuse, and I couldn't think of his name. The kid's name is Rashard McCants. He's the other kid. He's the kid that came forward telling everybody about these fake classes. And then me and Zeno used to argue back and forth about it. You mean tell me he's trying to tell that somebody had to tell him to go to class? No, idiot. He's not saying that. But he's put in a situation where it's beneficial to him to just don't do what they say do. It's about eligibility. Like during this, speaking of this Ed O'Bannon case, right? This other thing. See, all these little NCAA stories are like going swept under the rug. But you got to worry about that. If you listen to the Sports Kings podcast, we're going to bring them to the surface because everybody's worried about what? March Madness? Oh, we're going to bet it, fill out our brackets. Nah, while that's happening, guess what the NCAA is doing? They're trying to go back to court for this whole thing that they lost. Let me find the article here. They're going to appeals court. Because obviously, year and a half ago, somewhere around there, they lost the case about the likenesses thing. Here's what these a-holes are going to say, right? The NCAA wants a U.S. appeals court to undo a ruling last year that allowed student athletes a limited share of revenue by allowing students to recover some revenue generated from the use of their names, images, and likenesses. Hold on. So we sitting in court because you want to deny me the right to get some money off something that I was brought into this world with, my name, my likeness. Meanwhile, you can get as much money as you want to from it? Huh. That don't sound like America to me.
Right.
I don't know what country you living in. That don't sound like America to me. Yeah, them days is over with, like 400 years ago. That was over with. Like, my name is my name. My image is my image. My likeness is my light. And I've said this plenty of times before. And I always go back to that Terrell Pryor situation, where he was suspended for 5 games, but it was one more to play. They had to play that Sugar Bowl against Arkansas and Ryan Mallett. And the spots was already cut. ABC had already cut the spots. The Sugar Bowl, Terrell Pryor and the Ohio State Buckeyes against the Arkansas Razorbacks and Ryan Mallett. Yeah, they weren't going to change the spot. So, yeah, Terrell, this suspension ain't going to be till next year. You go ahead and play in this bowl game because we need your face and your likeness and your image to promote this game. But guess what? If you in court now saying it ain't that important, just say it's Arkansas versus Ohio State. Say it's the Buckeyes versus the Razorbacks. Leave it at that. Or say it's Bobby Petrino against Jim Tressel. Use the coaches. They getting paid. Why you got to use the kids? You telling me that the likeness ain't worth anything? That's what they're saying. That it's not worth anything. And here's gonna be the stumbling block. You might remember this name. Claudia Wilkin. She was involved in the. Claudia Wilkin was involved in the NFL the concussion lawsuit, the concussion settlement money. She was one of the ladies that was involved in that. She also presided over this case, the Ed O'Bannon case last year. Like I was no one wanted to talk about this when I was producing Zeno's show. Like every day I was like, look, man, this stuff is happening. They're in court right now. We're watching the NCAA crumble right before our eyes. He want to talk about some food, some other like dumb junk, like some ridiculousness that no one cares about. Meanwhile,
give me your worst injury in sports history.
Something stupid like that. Like I'm the dude.
Call me now.
Like I'm always trying to get out in front of things because when it starts happening, I love the term "I told you so." I love it. I love it. So I'm always trying to get out in front of things. Like this stuff is happening. We're watching an institution that's been in play for 100 years. We're watching it fall brick by brick. Like there's no way that these dudes can continue to get away with holding athletes of today by rules that were made 100 years ago. That's ridiculous. ridiculous. Like, they've tried to, like, change the rule book a little bit. Like, yeah, we're going to take this part out about the cream cheese. No one gives a damn. Yeah, we're going to allow schools to give kids unlimited snacks. Now, here's the other thing about that. Like, don't fall for the old, again, the look at the shiny thing over here while we're screwing somebody over here. Don't do that. Because now what people think is that kids across the country in Division I schools are getting unlimited snacks, right? Because of the thing last year in the NCAA tournament, Shabazz Napier and the Hungry Huskies and all that kind of stuff, right? So the NCAA came in and said, all right, we'll allow kids to have unlimited snacks. Now, here's the caveat to that. They're not saying that schools have to give these kids unlimited snacks. They're saying you won't be punished if you do. So it's a good chance that plenty of schools ain't doing it. They don't have to do it. It's not a mandate. All the NCAA is saying that it's not going to be considered an impermissible benefit. That's all they're saying. Like, we're just going to back away from it. So don't think like if a kid goes to, I don't know, whatever, Vanderbilt, he's just getting unlimited snacks because we heard that's what the NCAA said. No, that's not what they said. They said you can do it. It's not against the rules to do it. So it's up to the individual school now. How
crazy is it that you're talking about athletes, right? Who probably have great appetite. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually an argument about some damn snacks.
Yeah, because idiots want to say stuff like this. Like, idiots want to say stuff like this. And the idiot I'm talking about is, again, Mark Zeno. It's like, well, they got money for tattoos. Well, okay, because that's the same thing. Yeah, that's the same thing. Because the dude is sitting in the tattoo chair hungry as hell, like, oh, my stomach grumbling, but I really want this eagle on my shoulder. Yeah, that's what's happening. No, they're two separate things. Like, people act like they've never been a teenager. Like, when you go out as a teenager, when you went out and bought some Jordans, right? Like, you weren't worried about if you were going to eat lunch that same afternoon. You was like, nope, my feet going to be fresh as hell. Period. Right. And if I don't have no more cash in my pocket to get a McDonald's Happy Meal, fine. Okay. I'm good still. It's the mind of a teenager. You're not hungry until you're hungry. Like, oh, God, I'm so hungry now. My shoes fresh as hell, but my stomach touching my back. It doesn't happen at the same time. You know what I mean? For good reason. Anyway, the other part of this thing is now Walt Disney Company, the company that owns ABC and ESPN, as well as CBS Corp, have rallied behind the NCAA. The idea that each participant in a team sporting event has an individual right of publicity is simply wrong, in quotes. Is simply wrong. What you're doing is right. And me saying you need to pay me for using me to promote this game is wrong. Quote, is simply wrong. The network wrote in a brief. Oh, God. In her ruling last year, Wilkin directed that some college athletes receive a deferred payment of $5,000 per year, which is still low. Like, this is what they beefing at. They beefing about 5 Gs. Didn't you say something yesterday about if they took a percentage of all the revenue? What did you say to me yesterday?
Yeah.
It was like $8,000?
Yeah, 8,100, I think.
Right.
It was like 8,100.
So she letting them off $3,000 cheap. They still want to go to appeal stuff. Like, come on, man. This can't be real. Like, this can't be something that's happening in America. And everyone stands by and act like, Kentucky they're going to run a table. Well, unless they face Wisconsin. But then there's Virginia. Like, yeah, you care too much about that. Like, bad things are happening behind. It's like when people talk about Disney World. Like, when you get to go to the back of Disney World, you see how wretched it is and how dirty and stinky it is. But they keep the front so immaculate so that it's always Never Never Land. Same thing with the NCAA. They throw March Madness in your face, and now we got a playoff system in football. Everything is grand, except for the fact that, well, who was that said that? The old dude on Real Sport. He was like, big time college sports is just like horse racing. They're the only two sports where the actual athlete doesn't get to benefit in the profits. He's damn right. He's right. Todd Gurley is Seabiscuit. Exactly what it is. Same person.
Now, if somebody white said that he'd be in so much trouble right now.
Well, again, I can't.
Girly, it's Seabiscuit.
Yeah, I can't. Ignorance is ignorant. It's true.
Bravo, Michael.
Todd Gurley is akin to Seabiscuit. It's like run, keep running. As soon as you do something we don't like, we're gonna put you out the pasture.
Oh,
like, dude, I was thinking about it today, man. I was downstairs in the kitchen thinking about it today, man. Because because I was looking at path to the draft, and they were still talking about they was talking about Todd Gurley going in the first round, and I just started beating my head against the table. Like, what are we talking about here? Have we not learned any lessons? I just read to you a list of the top 10 runners last year. None of them, except one, Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
Sorry. Who is still on a second team now. Like, so he's not even on the team that drafted him with that first round pick. So, whatever. 1 out of the 10. That's 10% of the top rushers in the NFL were drafted in the second round or not at all. And they still talk about, Todd Gurley, he's a can't miss. You know who else was too? The brand new running back who's going to be fighting for a position for the Oakland Raiders, Trent Richardson. And I was giving the kid too much credit. Kip kept saying that he got taken with the 5th pick. He got picked 3rd overall. God. Oh, God. That's why everybody got fired in Cleveland, dude. That has to happen immediately. As soon as, you drafted running backs with the 3rd pick, dead.
Yeah.
Dead to me. So, yeah, they're talking about Todd Gurley still going, because he was talking about somebody looking at, the Vikings looking at Todd Gurley in the second round or something like that. He won't be there. And I was like, really? He won't? Where's he going? Does anybody know that this dude tore his, here's the other thing, too, about that Todd Gurley situation. It's got to be scary. He tore his ACL and then went to the combine and said, y'all can't look at my knee. And then, then Dr. Andrews came out and was like, yeah, the knee is fine. It really isn't? Because I've never heard that. Any dude that had an injury going into the combine, always let the doctors check him out. I've never heard a dude be like, nah, you can't look at this. Why not, B? What you hiding? Yeah, buyer beware. I love Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
I loved watching that dude play in college. But you know what I would love more? Watching him play against grown men. Because those were children. Those children, they ain't want no business tackling that big thing. Running out at a 4.5, 4.4. They ain't want no problem with that. Yeah, I would have loved to see him playing against adults. But no, the NCAA said you have to stay for 3 years. And then we're going to suspend you for half of the 3rd year. So when you come back, you can tear your ACL. That's what we'll do for you. Although the year before, the little well-to-do Johnny Football did the same damn thing, got half a game. How you go from half a game to 4 for the same damn thing?
He got hoes now. He got hoes. Ain't no doubt about that. He got hoes
when it happened, I was like, is nobody going to say anything? Am I the only one that noticed the discrepancy? No one said anything. It was like, okay, we'll have Todd back in 4 games. Why? Someone tell me why. Because I saw Johnny Manziel sit out a half of football against a bad team. What's going on? No, Mark Richt, the Georgia people, no one asks why. I'm the only fool sitting there. Does anybody remember? It just happened. It wasn't even 12 months ago. It was less than a year ago. Same thing.
Conference, everything.
Same thing happened. Yeah. I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real at all. And, Georgia, they said they paid $2 million for his lawyer or some foolishness like that. That was a rumor. But it's why didn't you get the same dude that Johnny Manziel used? He seemed to know what he's doing. Whoever the dude why not use him?
I'm trying to think. Because his lawyer, they said specialized, and it was something he had beaten the NCAA and some other stuff before. So he was a family friend too. He was a family that's what he was known for.
Yeah, he was a friend of Manziel's family too. I was just BSing about the whole use his lawyer thing. Yeah, I think he was one of his pop's friends. They got that oil money and stuff in the Manziel clan. But yeah, we got about a minute to go here. Couple things I wanted to mention.
Really? That's it? A minute?
Yeah, we're at 59. We're at 59 now. That's what happens when you want to talk about butt injection for 20 minutes. See, that's what happens when you derail the show for 20 minutes. Talk about broads getting killed behind silicone and fixing that in their booties. Yeah, time just flies. I don't really have anything else. I had this Josh Hamilton thing that was just minor. Just the fact that Josh Hamilton he relapsed with his wife. That's a bad look. You gotta leave her.
That's a great look.
Nah, this bro can't have you relapsing. That's costing you bread. Yeah, you gotta leave her. She's supposed to be your backbone, your support system. Yeah. We gotta do better. You gotta make better choices than that.
Money doesn't matter. We're in love.
Okay, cool. You be in love with somebody else. I'm about to go get this bread. Anyway, that's going to do it for us for tonight, man. Another Tuesday night in the books for the Sports Kings podcast. Remember, we're being heard on Spreaker.com. You can tweet us, Instagram us. You can Facebook us as well at Sports Kings Live. All three are the same. You can also email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Hump Day. Mike.